Welcome to our vegan-friendly nutrition support webinar. This is dietary advice for vegans to minimise weight loss. Our speakers today are Lesley Harper, Nutrition Support Dietitian Lead, and Olivia Radcliffe, Specialist Gastroenterology Dietitian, both of whom work for Somerset NHS Foundation Trust. And I will now pass over to them to continue with the webinar. Welcome.
So why are we making this webinar? Well, this webinar is aimed at people who are following a vegan diet and those in particular who are experiencing unintentional weight loss, have an ongoing poor appetite, wish to gain weight, or are only able to eat small amounts, or, for example, those with medical conditions who may have increased nutritional needs. It might also be suitable for people who are intolerant to dairy or have a dairy allergy and are unable to follow the usual build-up advice.
If you require additional information on malnutrition, then please refer to our other webinar, Managing Malnutrition, which can be found under the malnutrition section of our patient webinars website.
So included in this webinar, we're going to talk about food fortification for the vegan diet, fortifying your milk, including nourishing drinks and snacks, and also about supplementation for the vegan diet. And for further information, you can go to our website in the further information and handouts section, where we have a number of resources, including this one here, a plant-based build-up diet sheet, which basically summarises the things that we are going to discuss today.
Fortifying your food. What we mean by food fortification is adding ingredients to your current meals and snacks to make each mouthful as nourishing as possible. We're aiming to increase the energy, protein, and overall nutritional content of the meal, but without increasing the portion size. And this is particularly important for those that have a poor appetite and find that they are unable to eat the same quantity of food that they used to. Some of the additions that we'll be taking you through can also help to make your meals more palatable. In the upcoming slides, we'll give you some examples of mealtime toppers and ways in which you can use them to help fortify your current meals, snacks, and drinks. Here are some examples of mealtime toppers: vegan margarine, hummus, vegan pesto, vegan mayonnaise, and guacamole, all of which make great additions to your usual sandwich or wrap filling. Alternatively, you could use these to dress salads or to mix over roasted vegetables. You could use it as a topping for a jacket potato, or you could serve them as an accompaniment to your usual meal. For example, if you were having falafel, you could serve those with hummus, or if you were preparing a vegan chili, you could serve that with guacamole. Oils. You may wish to use additional oil during the cooking process, or you could drizzle salads or cooked vegetables with oil. Dairy-free cream, this is a really versatile option. So you could pour it over breakfast cereal in addition to your usual vegan milk, or you could stir it into porridge, smoothies, soups, or add it to pasta or curry sauces. Tahini paste and creamed coconut, again, are great ways in which you can enrich a curry or pasta sauce. Nut butter works particularly well with porridge or breakfast cereals, and again, you could stir this into smoothies. And finally, vegan cheese, used as an addition to sandwiches, grated up and melted into soup, serve over a pasta dish, or grated over the top of ready meals. Alternatively, if you prefer sweeter foods, you may wish to use ingredients such as jam, marmalade, lemon curd, vegan chocolate spread, Biscoff spread, or golden syrup to fortify your meals. For more examples, please refer to the diet sheet that can be found in the further information and handout section at the end of this webinar. These are some examples of vegan milks. As you can see, the energy content, or the number of calories per 100 ml serving, varies significantly depending on the type of milk that you go for. Oat, soya, or rice milk are higher calorie options compared to coconut, hazelnut, or almond milk. Please also bear in mind that some vitamins and minerals that we find in cow's milk, such as calcium, vitamin D, and iodine, are not always found in vegan milks. Check the food label when you're buying your vegan milks to check that it contains added vitamins and minerals. And one of the best ways to do this is to avoid the organic varieties, which are not fortified. And Lesley's just going to take us through some of the vegan specialist milks which are now available.
So you've got Alpro plant protein milk, which is quite high in protein and energy, and that comes in a variety of different flavours as well. So between 57 to 69 calories per 100 ml and 5 grams of protein per 100 ml. And then Mighty Pea is another brand. They do a high protein oat milk and also a high protein pea milk as well. Again, similar nutritional energy content, slightly less in protein, but still good source of protein. And then there's also Cocoa Super, which is a coconut based milk. And this has slightly higher energy than most of your coconut milks, but actually the protein content isn't particularly high, but it is boosted with some additional vitamins and minerals. So it can be another useful nourishing milk to add in your diet. And then here are a range of vegan creams that are commonly available. They can be quite useful to add a little bit of energy to the diet. So they're not as calorific as your normal dairy creams, but they can be useful to add a little bit extra. And also they might help increase the palatability as well.
So we would advise that those that have a poor appetite or those that are losing weight or having difficulty maintaining their weight aim to eat little and often. And this might mean introducing snacks into your current day-to-day life. Here are some examples of snack ideas: an oat or nut-based cereal bar, malt loaf with spread, biscuits. You could even serve these with a milky drink or smoothie for added calories. Vegan puddings, such as a chocolate mousse, custard, or cake, or any other puddings that you would find in the chilled or cupboard section of the supermarket. You may wish to fortify these puddings by serving them with cream, ice cream, or nut butter. Crackers, rice cakes, or oat cakes with cheese, hummus, guacamole, or nut butter. And finally, vegan yogurt, which you could top with fruit, jam, lemon curd, golden syrup, granola, or a small handful of breakfast cereal.
And it's also worth noting, Liv, that something really simple like dried fruit and nuts and seeds can be a useful nutrient-dense snack, which can be easily portable as well. So here we have a range of vegan ice creams, custards and yogurts, which are commonly available. So there's a vast array of vegan ice creams available. They do differ in their energy content. So if you're looking for something which is quite nutritionally dense, I would suggest going for the ones that are made with nuts, so cashew or almond nuts, where possible. So check the ingredients in there, but they do differ. And then you've got vegan custards, so a variety of brands available. And Bird's original custard powder is suitable for vegans, and you can make that up with your preferred plant-based milk. And then you've got a range of vegan yogurts available. Again, soya, oat, coconut yogurts, and the supermarkets now generally do their own range as well. So there's quite a lot of variety out there.
And this is just a reminder to avoid those low fat, light, diet and reduced fat items. So always try and opt for the highest energy product available to really make the most of your meals.
So nourishing drinks, these can be really helpful to boost the energy and protein and nutrient content of your diet. We'd suggest aiming for at least 2 a day. Ideally have them between meals and before bed, and ensure that they are nutrient dense.
So what is a nourishing drink? It could be a milky coffee, so it's been prepared entirely with plant-based milk, or a hot chocolate or Horlicks. Alternatively, it may be a smoothie or a milkshake, and these could be something that you buy ready-made from the supermarket or that you prepare from scratch at home. If you want to try making your own nourishing smoothies and drinks at home, you may wish to use our recipe diet sheet, which you can find in the further information and handout section for inspiration. In the upcoming slides, we'll just take you through 2 examples of the recipes found on this diet sheet to give you an idea. So we've got our Choco Mocha smoothie, which contains espresso coffee, hazelnut milk, cocoa powder, a banana, pitted dates, and vanilla essence. And you could always swap the coffee for a decaffeinated variety if you would prefer. Alternatively, if you prefer something fruit-based, you could try the Very Berry smoothie. And this contains almond milk, avocado, oats, frozen berries, a banana, and nutritional yeast flakes. With any drinks that you're preparing at home, try to fortify them with some of the ingredients that we have here. So, for example, your vegan cream, your nut butter, Horlicks ice cream, hot chocolate, flax seeds, which again not only add energy but also provide you with fiber, golden syrup, and flavored syrup. And finally, you may wish to try preparing fortified milk at home. So this involves adding protein powder to 1 pint of your preferred plant-based milk. Vegan protein powders are now widely available in health food shops and online, and you may wish to try these to help supplement your protein intake. There is, however, no need to take additional protein to help supplement your intake on a vegan diet. So a plant-based diet in itself is protein adequate. However, if you're unwell, you find that your appetite is poor, or you have been advised by a healthcare professional to have a high protein diet, you may find these useful. Please be mindful that they can be expensive, costing anywhere between £10 and £25 per 500 grams, and they're not always readily available, so you might have to go to a particular shop to find them. If you do wish to try these, we would suggest adding about 20 grams of your powdered protein to 1 pint of vegan milk. And you'll see on the slide here how the type of protein that you opt for will determine how much energy and how much protein you're adding. This slide is just a reminder that vegan ready meals are widely available in supermarkets, and they're particularly useful for those that are having difficulty preparing meals at home. As you can see from the packaging, some of them are advertised as being lower calorie options, so please be mindful of this and try to opt for the highest calorie option where possible. So as you can see, we've got a mixture of branded and supermarket owned varieties. So there's the Pie Minister plant-based pie, the Bowl fire roasted cauli tikka masala, the Soulful Meal and the City Kitchen, as well as the Tesco Plant Chef and the Sainsbury's Love Your Veg sweet potato katsu curry. For those that are unable to get to the supermarket or would prefer the option of delivery, these are just a few of the companies that are currently offering vegan ready meals on delivery. And lastly, vitamins and minerals. So there is a higher potential for nutritional deficiency on a vegan diet. To help reduce this risk, we suggest that you opt for products containing added vitamins and minerals, so fortified milks and yogurt products, breakfast cereals, nutritional yeast, and Vegemite. If you find that your diet is limited, either because you're eating less than you used to or you're eating a less varied diet, then please consider taking an A to Z multivitamin and mineral supplement. On the right, there are a few examples of products which are vegan suitable. Lesley, are there any particular nutrients that we should focus on a vegan diet?
Most vegans will choose to supplement their diet with vitamin B12 and vitamin D in particular, and that's because these vitamins are particularly hard to get from plant-based foods.
So Lesley is certainly right in that it might be harder to meet your requirements for both vitamin D and vitamin B12 on a plant-based diet alone. These nutrients are naturally found in meat and animal products. So as you can see in this slide here, we've got meat, particularly red meat or liver, fish, again, especially oily fishes like salmon, milk and milk products, so that includes yogurt and cheese, and eggs. You will, however, find these nutrients in those foods which are suitable on a plant-based diet if they have been added, so they are fortified products. So that might include bread, breakfast cereals, milk, yogurt and cheese alternatives, tofu, and nutritional yeast. So what is vitamin B12? Well, vitamin B12 helps to keep our nerve cells and our blood cells healthy. It's really important that we have adequate amounts of vitamin B12 in our diet to prevent something called megablastic anemia, so a type of anemia. It also makes DNA for all of the cells in our body. As we've shown in the previous slide, Vitamin B12 is naturally found in meat and animal products. And for that reason, we would recommend that anyone following a plant-based diet take a 10 microgram vitamin B12 supplement once a day to help meet requirements. And finally, vitamin D. So vitamin D works with calcium and phosphorus to help maintain healthy bones, muscles, and teeth. Vitamin D is quite often referred to as the sunshine vitamin, and that's because it's produced under the skin when we are exposed to sunlight. All adults in the UK are advised to take a 10 microgram vitamin D supplement once a day during the autumn and winter months, so from October to the end of March, when we don't receive an adequate amount of sunshine. Now, some adults are at higher risk of vitamin D deficiency. And so for those individuals, they might need to take vitamin D supplements all year round. Lesley, who are those high-risk individuals?
The at-risk groups include those who are over the age of 65, those who are housebound, and also people who might cover their skin up when they go outside, whether that be for cultural or religious reasons.
Thank you very much for listening. This is just to remind you that some of the resources we've referred to throughout the webinar are available in the further information and handout section at the end. This includes our plant-based build-up diet sheet, our plant-based nourishing drinks diet sheet, some resources from the British Dietetics Association, like the plant-based diet food fact sheet, the vitamin D food fact sheet, and a practical guide for dietitians, other sources of vitamin B12. We will also enclose the link to the NHS website for further information on vitamins and minerals in terms of food sources and signs of nutritional deficiency and when to seek medical attention.
So in summary, it can be particularly helpful to include small frequent meals throughout the day, perhaps three small meals, 3 small snacks. Try to include at least one food topper with each meal. Include a couple of nourishing drinks each day and 2 to 3 snacks between meals. Always try to have full fat versions where possible, and also treat yourself to your favourite foods and snacks.
So, Lesley, are you saying that typical healthy eating guidelines regarding limiting your intake of biscuits, cakes, and other sweet treats is perhaps not as relevant?
Yeah, definitely. What's healthy for one person may not be healthy for another. And the priorities change when someone's at risk of malnutrition, and reducing that risk of malnutrition becomes much more important than having a typical healthy diet. Thank you for listening to this webinar, and for further information, please go to our website www.patientwebinars.co.uk.